Think you've heard of all the cyber threats out there? Think again. Today, we're exposing the scariest cybersecurity threats that hackers don't want you to know about. The kind of threats that are so devious, so insidious, that most people don't even know they exist. So buckle up because we're diving deep into the darkest corners of the cyber world. Let's do this! Alright, let's talk firmware. You know, that software baked into your hardware that makes everything tick? Most people worry about viruses messing with their operating system or apps. But what if I told you hackers can go deeper? They can target the firmware itself. We're talking about the code that controls your hard drive, your network card, even your webcam. And the scary part is, these attacks can be nearly impossible to detect. Your antivirus software? It's looking for suspicious files and processes, but a firmware attack? That's like trying to spot a virus hiding inside the electrical wiring of your house. Firmware attacks operate on a whole other level. They have direct access to your hardware. They can steal your data, spy on you, even brick your device, and you might never know. Think about it. Your webcam light turns on unexpectedly. Is it a glitch, or is someone watching you right now? Your computer starts acting sluggish. Is it just getting old, or has someone hijacked its processing power? You see weird network traffic. Is it a software bug, or is your data being siphoned off? These are the kinds of questions that'll keep you up at night if you fall victim to a firmware attack. Firmware attacks are becoming increasingly common, and hackers are getting more sophisticated. So what can you do to protect yourself? First, make sure your firmware is always up to date. Secondly, be careful about the devices you connect to your computer. And finally, consider investing in a dedicated hardware security module. These devices verify the integrity of your firmware before your system boots up. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and don't let the hackers win. Alright, let's talk about artificial intelligence, or AI for short. Now I know what you're thinking, AI, isn't that supposed to be like our helpful robot buddy? Well, yeah, AI can be used for good, but just like any powerful tool, it can also be used for evil. And in the wrong hands, AI can be a hacker's dream come true. Think about it. AI excels at pattern recognition, data analysis, and automation. It's like giving a hacker a superpowered brain that can work tirelessly 24/7 to find new and creative ways to exploit vulnerabilities. One of the scariest applications of AI in cybercrime is in the realm of phishing attacks. You know, those emails or messages designed to trick you into giving up your personal information? Well, AI-powered phishing attacks are on a whole other level. We're talking about AI algorithms that can craft incredibly convincing phishing emails tailored specifically to you. They can analyze your social media posts, your online activity, even your writing style to create emails that are almost indistinguishable from the real deal. And it's not just emails. AI can also be used to create deep fakes, which are essentially videos or audio recordings that have been manipulated to make it look or sound like someone is saying or doing something they never actually did. Imagine getting a voicemail that sounds exactly like your bank, asking you to verify your account information. You'd probably believe it, right? But what if it was just an AI-generated deepfake designed to steal your identity? And here's the really scary part. AI-powered attacks are only going to get more sophisticated over time. As AI technology advances, so too will the capabilities of cybercriminals. So what can you do to protect yourself in the age of AI-powered cyber threats? Well, the first step is awareness. The more you know about the potential dangers of AI, the better equipped you'll be to spot the warning signs. Be wary of any unsolicited emails or messages that ask for your personal information, even if they look legitimate. If something feels off, trust your gut and don't hesitate to verify the source. Secondly, be careful about what you share online. The more information you put out there, the easier it is for hackers to create targeted attacks against you. And finally, stay informed about the latest cybersecurity threats and best practices. There are tons of great resources available online and in your community that can help you stay ahead of the curve. Alright, let's talk about supply chains. No, not the ones bringing you the latest tech gadgets, although those are awesome. I'm talking about the digital supply chains that deliver the software and hardware we rely on every day. You see, in today's interconnected world, no device is truly an island. The software on your computer, the apps on your phone, even the firmware in your smart devices, it all comes from somewhere. And that, my friends, is where supply chain attacks come in. Imagine this. Hackers target a software company, not to steal data from the company itself, but to gain access to their software development process. They inject malicious code into a seemingly harmless software update, or maybe they compromise a batch of hardware components before they even leave the factory. And here's the kicker, these attacks are incredibly difficult to detect. Why? Because they exploit the trust we place in the companies and products we use every day. Think about it. When you download an update from a trusted software vendor, you assume it's safe, right? You click install without a second thought. But what if that update, that seemingly harmless patch, is actually a Trojan horse carrying malicious code designed to give hackers a backdoor into your system? That's the insidious nature of supply chain attacks. They turn the very systems we rely on for security against us. And the worst part is, by the time the attack is discovered, it's often too late. The malicious code has already been distributed to thousands if not millions of devices. So what can you do to protect yourself from these insidious attacks? Well, the first step, as always, is awareness. Understand that even trusted sources can be compromised. Don't blindly trust software updates or new hardware. Always check the source, verify the authenticity of downloads, and be wary of any unexpected or unusual software behavior. If something feels off, it probably is. Secondly, keep your software and firmware up to date. Software vendors are constantly patching vulnerabilities, so staying on top of updates is one of the best ways to protect yourself. And finally, consider using a reputable security solution. A good antivirus program can help detect and block known threats, while a robust firewall can add an extra layer of protection. Look, I'm not gonna lie, supply chain attacks are a serious threat. But by staying informed, being proactive, and taking the right precautions, you can significantly reduce your risk. Alright, let's talk about ghostware and fileless malware. And trust me, this stuff is straight out of a cyberpunk horror story. We're talking about malware so stealthy, so elusive, that it doesn't even leave a trace on your hard drive. You see, traditional malware, it needs to exist as a file somewhere on your system. It needs to infect an executable, modify a system library, or create a hidden folder. And that, my friends, makes it detectable. Your antivirus software can scan for those files, those changes, those anomalies, but ghostware and fileless malware, they operate entirely within your computer's memory or RAM. They exploit legitimate system tools and processes, leaving no trace on your hard drive, no telltale files for your antivirus to find. It's like trying to catch a whisper in a hurricane. Imagine this. You visit a compromised website or open a malicious email attachment. But instead of downloading a file to your hard drive, the malicious code is injected directly into your computer's memory. It runs once, does its dirty work, and then disappears without a trace. Your antivirus software, none the wiser, gives you the all clear. But in the meantime, the ghostware has already stolen your passwords, logged your keystrokes, or given a hacker remote access to your system. It's the perfect crime, leaving no evidence behind. So how do you even begin to protect yourself from something that's essentially invisible? Well, the first step, as always, is awareness. Understand that just because your antivirus software isn't raising any red flags, it doesn't mean you're in the clear. Secondly, be extremely cautious about the websites you visit and the emails you open. Ghostware and fileless malware often rely on social engineering tactics to trick you into letting them in. Don't click on suspicious links, be wary of unsolicited email attachments, and always double-check the sender's address before opening anything. If something feels off, trust your gut. Thirdly, consider using a security solution that goes beyond traditional antivirus software. Look for solutions that offer behavioral analysis, memory scanning, and exploit protection. These features can help detect and block ghostware and fileless malware by looking for suspicious activity, even if there's no malicious file to be found. And finally, keep your system and software up to date. Software updates often include security patches that can help close vulnerabilities that ghostware and fileless malware might exploit. Look, I get it, this stuff can be scary, but the more you know about ghostware and fileless malware, the better equipped you'll be to protect yourself. So stay vigilant, stay informed, and don't let the invisible enemy win. Cybercriminals are always evolving, and so should your defenses. Stay informed, stay secure, and if you found this video useful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We've covered some pretty scary stuff today, but remember, knowledge is power. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a cybersecurity update.